Casa de Mi Abuelita by Felipe Gomez. Out of all the people in Morelos, one old lady stood out. She was the best cook, had the sweetest smile, told the most interesting stories, and took care of most of the kids anyone had ever seen. This might be a biased opinion because I am lucky to say she was my grandma. Although a small Although a small town in Morelos, Oquituco was filled up to the brim with buildings, people, and stories. On a small side street at the edge of town lived an old lady with many of these stories. Her old brick house stood out because of its pink red color. A small store was connected to the home, which brought people from all around the town to her corner. Walking to the front door of her home, the first thing you noticed was the smell of fresh food. After the first steps in the doorway and smelling delicious comida, which you could notice the old lady in the corner, my grandma was usually seen at the kitchen counter, cutting up onions and on the phone talking to her 8 kids. She had a dark, chocolatey skin and very gray hair. Cooking dinner, she could barely reach the top shelf, but that wouldn't stop her. Every time she laid a foot on the kitchen, she was on a mission. The insides the insides of the cupboards were filled with white plates that each had their own design. Some had fruits and others had flowers. You could also see plastic jugs full of water that my cousins and I had to go fill up at town's water fountain. Next to the jugs were handmade clay vases that would make water taste like you were drinking water from a natural waterfall. It was the best tasting water. A few steps to the right, and you enter the living room. The TV would always be playing telenovelas, even if no one was watching. I love sitting on the black leather love seat with the best view of the latest TV drama. Sitting my other favorite spot, the kitchen table, on a Saturday morning, I was comforted by the smell of freshly brewed coffee, the sizzling pops of eggs and bacon, seeing my grandma's smile out of a corner of my eye, and the look of my puppy Violeta on my bare toes. My list of favorite foods cooked by my grandma was endless: enchiladas verdes, mole that was specially prepared at midnight, tacos to the asada type of Mexican steak, spicy and flavored chilaquiles, and sweet home-made flan, a specialty Mexican dessert. Flan was Flan was very popular all over my town in Mexico. Every bakery sold it for birthdays. Both kids and adults always wanted it on their special day. The sweet taste melted on your tongue. Even though I had my own room at my grandma's, I would always choose to sleep with her. My grandma and I were very close. I felt at home and safe with her. The daily routines were not exciting or crazy, but they were special to me. The meals she would cook were more than food. They were expression of love. The small things like making me fresh orange juice every morning before school showed her daily dedication to me. She was the best. She was the best. One memory I will never forget is my grandma making mole at midnight in her clay pot, the size of a small bathtub. I would ask, "Grandma, what are you doing? Isn't it a little too late to be making mole?" She would respond, "This is the perfect time to make it. That is the secret of a good mole." I can still picture her moving the mole around with a huge wooden spoon and eating chocolate. These small moments would be the ones I would remember for the rest of my life.